once again to another video, another I would say market research or trade analysis video as to how the price of GBPJPY or GJ is likely to trade as we enter the last week of September into the beginning of the week for October. That is from September 29th to October 3rd. So basically, I'm just trying to analyze to see how the market will likely trade within the coming week, and these analysis could take up to 2 weeks for them all to play out. All of them can play out, some of them can play out, but this is how I'll be looking at the market to capitalize on trade opportunities. So currently this is where the market stands now. So clearly on the daily time frame, if you are wondering how I marked up my levels, I've still not changed it. You can watch my first ever video on this channel and you would understand how I've been able to mark up GBPJPY for these levels. So we can clearly see that we are in a bullish trend. So last week there was no video. I didn't upload any video because, as I said, the week before last week, everything I said in the week before last week, everything was still relevant and everything was still playing out. So there was no need for me to record any video. And the video before this one, I've showed how I lost my profit from a trading account because of trading psychology, and now that is what I'm battling with, and I'm getting over it gradually, because when that happened, I took 48 hours off the charts, did nothing regarding into trading, came back, and then I came back with a banger. And everything right there is in that video, so go and watch it and you understand what I am saying. So for this video, I'm presenting ideas as to how GBPJPY is likely to trade for the coming week, and it's likely everything can happen within the week, or it can take up to 2 weeks for everything I'm saying here to happen. So as at when I know that okay, whatever that I've said is irrelevant, that is when you see me record again to upload another video on my channel. So once again, I've bought another profit account, and let's see how that one goes. The journey for me to become funded. So let's see how it goes. But then you realize that I'm making some small profits in that video. If you watch that video, you would understand me for what I'm saying. So go and watch my previous video. So so currently we can clearly see that the price of GJ is currently bullish. If you're wondering how I drill this, how I did this map up, please go and watch my first video on this channel and you would understand how I did it, because I show how I've done exactly that. So I'm just going to be updating it as to how or what I'm currently seeing in terms of the market thesis or research that I'm coming to do as it stands now. So clearly on GJ, what I can see clearly here is okay, so we've gotten break of structure, liquidity sweep, break of structure. So clearly the market also traded back down, went up again. So we have here some form of break of structure, or perhaps, as I said, because for this one I think because the way price break structure and then quickly traded back down. So for my first thesis, I'll be thinking or looking at here more as a liquidity sweep. Liquidity, to be honest with you, you can't predetermine that this or what is happening at the current moment might be a liquidity sweep or not. Until it happens, that is when you can anticipate, or that is where you can realize that okay, here's a liquidity sweep or here is not a liquidity sweep. So stay tuned on this channel, and I'm going to be doing a video as to how to understand very well liquidity sweep. So clearly, looking at the behavior of how this behaved, I can clearly say that okay, price traded back up, but quickly we came down, we traded back down. And then also in my previous video, in my previous analysis, This right here, this in between here was this was a 2 week low, 2 weeks low, 2 weeks high, but price has currently finally broken it on a higher time frame perspective. We've broken it, traded back down, also gone again to break it. But what has happened? So currently price having broken this 2 weeks high, or you can even consider it as a break of structure, you can clearly think that okay, well, the price of GJ wants to continue trading back up again. But there are certain things that are happening that we should take notice. So clearly you can clearly see that this was the last low before we had this strong movement to the upside for GJ. Yes, before we had this strong movement to the upside for GJ. So clearly the market then within the came down to break these levels here. And what have we here? We've gotten some form of internal market shift. We've gotten some form of internal market shift. So why do I consider this an internal market shift? Because I consider this an internal market shift because I'm looking at when we broke through. Look at how price has traded. It didn't immediately, like you see here from a sound like this, when we went all the way to break it quickly price just traded back down. Clearly this tells us that this is more of a liquidity sweep or a form of fake out for those who are thinking, okay, we've broken the 2 weeks high, so we are going to be trading bullish all the way. Like how in my video there was some aspect I was thinking like that, but some aspect too I was saying that also might not happen. So yes, so liquidity, those who were thinking, okay, we're breaking the 2 week high, so we're going to be trading bullish all the way, that didn't happen. But then it was more of a fake out, and then price quickly traded back down. And then what has happened, it has come to break the low that caused all these buys. And then looking at how it has traded, this is the characteristics of a pullback. As it takes, pullback trades usually take time to happen. They don't always go like straightforward. They really take their time to happen. So when this is happening, it gives me the idea, or it gives me the confidence that okay, well, probably this that we have here is a pullback trade, as you can currently see here. So where has price gotten to? So we've gotten this liquidity sweep right here. I'm considering here a liquidity sweep for this trade idea, and I have my internal market shift here. So meaning that because there is a change, there is some form of, or there is a change in order flow. So this is my first trade idea. There is a change in order flow. So this is my 4-hour supply range. So clearly the market has traded to the level, to some form of level. So what is that level? We've traded to some form of supply order block on the 4-hour. 4-hour supply. 4-hour supply. We traded to the level of some form of order block on the 4-hour. So here, so this is the TTs here. So here currently, this is where price sits as I'm doing this video before we get into Monday, before the trading session opens. So what do I anticipate happening? So the price of GJ at the current level can do this. We can have GJ from this level here at the open of the market on Monday, on Sunday night going into Monday. We can have price go sweeping liquidity above this order block, above this order block. Then we see the price of GJ trade back down. Then we see the price of GJ retrace some form of supply order block around these levels here. Then we will short the price of GJ. So where will I be shorting GJ to for this trade idea? So I'll be shorting GJ to some form of level around here. To this 4-hour demand. Yes. So this is what I want to see on GJ. So I want to see, so I can enter these trades two ways. Now, currently I have confluences here to buttress the fact that trade idea number one, we are shorting GJ, in the sense that liquidity sweep, internal market shift, pullback of price up to the order block. I want to see liquidity sweep above this order block, and if it is within, I have a way I enter my trades. If it is within the time zone in which I want to enter my trades, and I see based on how the market behavior is price is behaving on a 1 hour or 15 minutes, you get me either entering around somewhere here after the liquidity sweep, because the confluences are already there for me. Somewhere on the liquidity sweep, shorting to these levels here. So this kind of entry would be more of an aggressive entry immediately after the liquidity sweep above these levels here. Then we short the price of GJ all the way to the level of 1992200. This is the first way that I might enter this trade. This is the first way. So the second way, which is what I'm currently giving out, is where I want to see the price of GJ. Like that one is more of a conservative entry. Wait for the price of GJ to yes, you have the trade idea that it will be trading bearish. So you patiently wait, because Mondays, anything can happen on Mondays, because Mondays is when the market is kind of like deciding what to actually do within the week. So you wait for the price of GJ to do what it will do on Monday. It can trade bearish all the way. Then we break this current level, because there is an eyeballs here. There's an internal break of structure here. So let it break this level here. Cause some form of internal market shift around here. And for every internal market shift, there is always a pullback, no matter how long it takes. Immediately, or no matter how long it takes, there is some form of pullback. For every eyeballs, or for every internal market shift, there is a pullback. So we can have the price of GJ pulling back to some form of supply order block, be it on the 1 hour, be it on the 50 minutes. And that is where I'm going to be having my conservative entry to enter sales from these levels here, some form of level here. I don't know, but I'm just giving the trade idea out to some form of levels here. So this is it. So this is the first trade idea. So the trade idea number one, we are having two ways of entering. It's either the aggressive way, but with the aggressive way, when I enter the aggressive way, usually you get me when once price has moved, maybe to these levels here, and I've seen, okay, we had an internal market shift, you would always get me taking some form of profit, moving my stop loss to break even, because especially when it is above 1:1.5 risk reward, or 1:2, I'll be taking some profit off the table, then wait for it to come back, and then probably will be my scaling trade, scaling of a trade or something of that sort. So this is how we can enter trade idea number one on GJ. Trade idea number one on GJ. This is likely to happen. I'm not a market maker. I'm only doing a research of how the market is likely to trade for me to capitalize on it. And as you watch me, you can learn a lot from the way I'm analyzing, because when you trade this way, to be honest, personally, it helps me with my trading psychology, because I am able to know that I'm able to, like, it makes me patient, because I've already predetermined what can happen based on the way I want to analyze the market. If it happens that way, I also have written down my trading plan, so that way I know that, okay, I want to see this and this and this and that, so that it removes FOMO, it removes any fear, it removes any doubt, because I've already predetermined everything already. So that way I'm more calm to make everything happen. So this is trade idea number one. trade idea number one. So now let's clear everything. No, let me take a picture of it. Let me take a picture of it so that I can, in the summary of the video, this is trade idea number one. Yep. Trade idea number one. Let's get trade idea number two. So we realized that in my previous video again, these levels I have here, I predetermined it in that video, and in my previous video, one of my previous videos, I predetermined these levels here, and even in my last video, you will see me explain how I entered the trade, despite I saw some things and I still entered the trade for these buys around here. So that means that these levels, to be honest, really has not been mitigated, or price is yet to really test this level. We haven't. So once we've gotten the price of GBPJPY trading, executing or trading or behaving as we anticipate in trade idea number one, and we've seen the price of GJ trade bearish all the way here, this can then present an opportunity to enter for buys around these levels here on our 4-hour demand order block. We can get some form of trades for buys around here, and entering a trade around here is also in line with the overall trend of what because on the daily GJ is strongly buying. So clearly this could also mean that, okay, well, entering a trade here, it can be two things. That trade can either be a day trade or it can also be a swing trade. I don't know because the market is yet to kind of like trade for us to see how it's going to behave. So if trade idea number one is to execute to how I'm anticipating to reach these levels here, I'm likely to enter for buys around these levels here, and the buy I'll be entering, to be honest, having known that, okay, I have this thesis of liquidity sweep, internal market shift, and then I know that, okay, price I traded bearishly. I know that, okay, now the price of DJ is also trying to change its hands from being bullish to bearish, so I'll be careful. So the trade I'm going to be entering here, I would like to see some form of liquidity sweep below these levels here, or on a lower time frame, and then find some form of order block, and then you will get me entering some form of buys around these levels here. But that is only when I've seen some form of liquidity sweep, and then my entry criteria, some things I want to see first before I enter. So you will see me entering for buys, but the buys strongly I would be entering out more as a day trader or any intraday trade, not a swing trade. Because for this trade that the first trade idea number one, it's more of a swing trade. But for trade idea number two, as I'm giving out on my channel here, as you're watching me, this can be more of a day trade. I'll be more of a day trade or an intraday trade, entering buys here. But the market does what it wants. A day trade or an intraday trade can even go all the way turn into a swing trade. I'm not a market maker. I don't know. But no, I'm not going to give that out. Stick to this channel and I'll give that gem. I have my reasons why I'm saying I'll be entering here for more of a day trade. If price is to behave that way, it means that because I've done some analysis and then some that is fundamentally that supports that DJ is likely to be trading bearish, and I know why I'll be entering buys here. So buys from these levels here after liquidity sweep, and I've seen my entry criteria. So stay tuned. So if you are trading DJ, you should be anticipating something like this happening. Some form of buys after trade idea number one has been executed. We enter here for some form of buys from these levels here to this level to some form of level here. So it should be to some form of order supply order block on the 1 hour or maybe 4 hour or the 15 minutes, depending on what I see, you'll be seeing me entering some form of buys. For here, I'll be entering some form of buys around these levels here to these levels here to these levels here. Yes, to these levels here. So this is trade idea number 2. Trade idea number 2. Buys from the level of the demand order block around the level of 19200 to around the 19200, around these levels here. Buys from these levels here. Yes, that is my trade idea number 2 that I've just given out. Yes, we are done. We are moving. Yes. So now to trade idea number 3. So now that we have gotten trade idea number 1, trade idea number 2, trade idea number 3, we can get the price of GJ. What will it do? You can get the price of GJ. The price of GJ as it has traded bullish in trade idea number 2. You can get a price of GJ. Actually, it's 5 trade ideas. 5, not even 4, 5. You can get a price of GJ trading bearish, like we have nothing to back it. But currently, this is what we see. For what we can currently see on the chart, we have this trade idea number 1, this happening. If it comes here, we have trade idea number 2. We enter for buys, but when we enter for buys here, we should be careful because the market might be changing its hands to trade bearish. I don't know. I'm not a market maker, but there are some theses that support what I'm saying. So here, so trade idea number 1, number 2, I've given it out. So the trade idea number 3. So currently we have the bullish trend. We have a strong bullish trend. Yes. So it's only wise for us because, as I said, liquidity sweep is everywhere. If you don't take care, you consider everything as liquidity sweep, and then you just be missing trading and you just be confused. That is the complex nature of trading, and that is the reason why you should generate ideas for yourself so that it will structure your thinking. Because if not, you are always vulnerable to the market, because when it's such an animal that it's difficult to kill, because it is, and funny enough, it is behaving the way it wants to behave. You just have to be conscious, observant to know what it is doing, to be able to change the dynamic as at when you have to be. Period. So clearly we can clearly see that. Okay, so that is I'm just still continuing the idea that I had in terms of the trade that I entered in one of my videos. So you can currently go and watch one, like every video I'm doing here is just a continuation. If you understand me very well, if you watch my videos, you would even see how I even trade. So internal market shifts, we've gotten an IBOS internal break of structure. So clearly also, so that is we are just respecting the current trend, and it's only wise to have a trade idea for that. So IBOS. So currently on the 1 hour there is a trend. Do you get what I'm saying? There is a trend happening. Internal market shifts, IBOS. So there is a trend. So on Monday, clearly, yes, there is a concern here, or there is a strong order block here, but the market, as I said, can do whatever that it wants, because this trade idea number 3 supports the daily structure, and like it's in line with the overall structure of the current market. It's just in line with the overall structure of the current market and what is likely to happen. So you have this trend here. So then clearly we can also see that there is also some form of demand order block here, 1 hour demand order block here. So yes, this 4 hour order block that we've identified can push price down, but it might not push price down all the way down as I am anticipating. It can push price down up to this 1 hour order block here. This is what I also reckon can happen. We can get price being pushed down all the way to as though it has broken it and is going down, but then it's actually sweeping liquidity below the structure. Then we'll have price go back up again. Yes, this is then my trade idea number 3. So that is buys. So that is buys. Price sweeping liquidity below the order block, and per my entry criteria, you will have me entering for buys at these levels here to the current level there, and I have my reasons for entering this trade here. So currently on the 1 hour 2, you can clearly see that there is some form of supply order zone, supply order block zone, supply zone here. On the 1 hour is a supply zone. Supply value. Let's see for our supply. Yes. Then, but then on the 15 minutes, let me show you on the 15 minutes. So on the 15 minutes, that's what we see on the level. So on the 15 minutes. Yes. This is what is also likely to happen. Yep. So this is what is likely to happen. So usually I don't place it, so I'll place it around somewhere because I know that definitely we'll get there. So that I don't have the market going there. Then now it seems as though yes. So that is me entering buy. So you can see the price of GJ trading bearish at the market open, and then DJ coming down, sweeping liquidity below these levels here. Then we see the price of DJ trade back up again all the way to these levels here, and then I'll be taking TP around 200.700. So that is where you have me taking my TP. I've been entering some buys around these levels here. Yeah, I'm giving these trade ideas. So for how you are going to be entering, it's up to you. I have a way I'll be entering my trades. Currently, I have a little problem with entry, so I'm trying to fine tune it. So yeah, trying to fine tune it so that I can be more like precise. For now, it's easy for me to like just get a direction. The direction I always get it on point. But for the entry, yes, I'm trying to fine tune my entry. But if you have a better way of entering your trades, this is an idea that I'm giving you. So this is my trade idea number 1, and trade idea number 1 and trade idea number 3. These scenarios are likely to happen, but trade idea number 2 will only happen when trade idea number 1 is executed. Then trade idea number 3 is also highly possible because this is what I can see in front of me, because there is a build-up of order flow, internal market shift, internal break of structure. So that is structure is in play clearly. So there is an order flow of buys coming in. So on Monday, you can have the big players also still continuing not to short it, but then continue for the buys to continue. So you can have my market come down as I'm saying. Then we at these levels here sweep some form of liquidity, pretend as though it's going down, and then boom, price goes back up again to these levels here. So that is trade idea number 3. Yes. So then now this then moves us to trade idea number 4. So now that we've gotten price coming all the way here, and then trading bullish all the way to these levels here, then this is where you would have me thinking, okay, well, that is price has gone swept some more liquidity. Liquidity is very, 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 very important, especially around an order block zone or supply zone or demand zone. Is very important because that is so what happens around those zones is more of an inducement. It would induce you as though it is going, but then it comes back to liquidity before it goes. So inducement and then liquidity goes hand in hand. Inducement will first happen before liquidity sweep happens. Then now the real move happens. So yes, so you would have me when price gets to these zones, thinking of shorten price from these levels here after liquidity sweep or some form, and then I have my entry criteria which are already seen: internal market shift, pullback of price from another block on a lower time frame or something like that. The way it is behaving here, I want to see the same thing on a lower time frame perspective. Then I'm entering my trades. Then this one I'll be entering for more of a swing trade for buys. So trade idea number 3 can either be an intraday or day trade or even a swing trade, I don't know. Or even from this levels here, price can just shoot all the way even to the 2 weeks, the previous 2 weeks high before we even see the price of DJ fall. I don't know, but in terms of the way I trade, I'm just analyzing based on that. So from these levels here, we can have price at these levels here after liquidity sweep. From these levels here, trade bearish all the way to the level of 199.200, 199.200. So this would then give me my trade idea number 4. Trade idea number 4. Yes, trade idea number 4, that I want to see price trade bullish from these levels here to my current order supply zone here on the 1 hour or 50 minutes. Then we short price from these levels here to these levels here. So we've been able to generate how many trade ideas? 4. And all these trade ideas are likely to happen within the same week, or you can even take 2 weeks for all that I'm saying to happen. And it doesn't mean that I'll be taking all those trades. Yes, I might even have the opportunity to even take only 2, or execute all the 4, or even only 1, depending on how the market behaves and then how I would like to be entering my trades. When I get my entry criteria, I would enter. So yeah, so as you can see in my previous video, in my review of my trades, I was more of some weeks I'm trading every day, and then yes, but I want to cut down because I've realized that I take wins at the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then maybe Thursday, Friday I'm giving it back, some form of something back. So yes, so that is how come even last week in my trade review, you can also clearly see that I only executed only two trades, and then they were all perfect trades. One was a day trade, and then one was a swing trade, and then it all went very well for me. So I'm trying to cut down on the number of trades that I enter, but I have all these ideas depending on how best I feel the market is giving me and how it is behaving, and then I can see clearly and understand what it is doing. I enter my trades. So guys, there you have it. So these are trade ideas that I've been able to generate on GJ. So for me, for one, when I analyze this way, as I said, it helps with my psychology because it makes me patient. It makes me eradicate all forms of fear, FOMO, doubt, all those things that you can think of. Yes, but now the only thing I'm struggling is I take my time to really generate all these trade ideas or anticipate all these trade ideas. So when the market takes me out, like it did in my previous my review, I get hurt in a certain way because I'm unwilling to accept that okay, that's also part of trading, because you can do everything right and then yes still lose. Yes, you can do everything right and then yes still lose. So I've been like, I think right now that pain that I felt, it has made me tweak something that I'm doing in terms of my trade management. Yes, so yeah, because of that, when I enter my trades, just leave it, let it do its thing. I come back, take my profits, and I go away, and then pay how I want to manage my trades to be played out that way too. That is fine. Yeah, So guys, there you have it. Happy trading week. I wish you the best of luck. Continue to make more money, continue to win, and see you at the top. Bye. See you in my next video.